Good evening and welcome to the Think It's All Over, your weekly football podcast that doesn't take itself too seriously. Full house again this week. How we doing, gents?
All good.
All right.
Fired up, ready to go.
Fired up and ready, are you?
Yeah, prepared, fully prepared.
More so than me, who's just had to do a full fucking system reboot and everything. But hey, such is life. I suppose before we get started, like on all this stuff, we've got to acknowledge the fact that we lost a couple of footballing titans in the last couple of days.
Legends, I'd say. Both of them. Both would be legends. Yeah.
Both of them legends?
I think so, yeah. No one would disagree in this podcast. So yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long-term servants of the game, serve the game well. Supporters are going to be, rightly sad about it. So yeah, it's important, Ash. Thank you for touching upon that.
That's my pleasure.
I feel like he's taking the piss. I don't understand.
Kevin. We'll hand over to Liam for the Bill Kenner. And I'm still not convinced you didn't have something to do with it because you announced it well before.
No, I promise you I had nothing to do with it. I was at work. I've got alibis. As much as I didn't like the guy as a chairman, I wouldn't wish death upon him. Far from it.
God, no. We know that. But yeah, that came out of the blue, really, didn't it?
Mm.
Well, not really, because we were on about last week.
Yes and no. It's just weird because, like I said last week, he was asked to stay on even though he was really, really ill. It just makes no sense. But
yeah, we couldn't get our head around it, and now obviously turned out to be completely the wrong decision.
Yeah.
Mm. But I know, it's not. Might be a bit too soon to be talking about it, but it could have a big impact on the proposed takeover.
Not a clue. I've not a clue what it's going to do. Because he's supposed to be there to help see it, change hands and whatnot.
Obviously, the transition, yeah.
Yeah, it just made no sense at all.
Hmm.
Huh? I don't get it.
He said out of the blue, Everton in blue.
Oh, see, I'm a comic genius, me, and I don't even know it.
You're a poet, you don't even know it.
Exactly. Right, we'll have a look at our scores because it's killing Liam having this in the bottom corner. What do you mean? Him can see it, but it's tormenting the life out of him. It was the first fixture of the day, so we have to get it out of the way. We're going to talk about it in great detail because I think we've got a conflict within
Crippy's got much to say about it. Crippy's got a lot to say about it. That's all we'll say.
But we've got a couple of greens there. Me and Andy nailed it. Absolutely.
Yeah, well done. Fair play.
Andy nailing it. It's going to be a bit of a fucking theme in this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go out.
Here's another one.
God damn it.
A 1-2, Crippy, and you missed it.
I know, I balled it.
Yeesh. Kev says he was back on with Liverpool and Everton as well.
Morning, Kev. Yeah.
Crippy,
See,
green.
you all got frisky. Exactly, that 2-1. You got excited.
I don't think 3-1's that frisky for Man City, is it?
It's frisky for my book, yeah. Too frisky for me, mate. I'll calm it down.
Yeah. And nobody got frisky enough for this one. Liam, you got the closest. But nobody saw that coming, did they? 4. Should have been about 6.
Agreed. Poor Roy.
There we got Desmond 2-2 in a 2-2, predicting a 2-2, and we have none of us getting it.
I was nearly bob on that. They scored about the 95th minute, didn't they?
Yeah, it was a bit of a comeback.
Mm.
Chris Wood there with the weirdest fucking thing to ever come out of a commentator's mouth on Match of the Day. Absolute fucking lies, saying that he's just taking Dominic Calvert-Lewin into second place in the all-time headed goals list in the Premier League. He's nowhere fucking near, man. Desmond 2-2 in a 2-2, predicting the 2-2, and Andy predicting the 2-2.
Yeah, I played Andy.
Another 3 points. Ridiculous behaviour.
Liam's got to be pissed at that because Chelsea bottled that.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
They bottled it.
Sheffield, Man United again. I can't remember what happened. Was it controversial?
2 late goals again, wasn't it?
Yeah, they went. Yeah, that was a fun game. It weren't great, but oi oi.
Mr. Cricky there.
Yeah,
Happy weekend for you.
yeah. West Ham on an off day like that, they're pretty poor, pretty dreadful for them.
They were terrible.
West Ham were awful, weren't they? By all
They're all over the place. All over the place.
Tottenham.
Why did I go for Fulham 2-1 wins? Like, why?
I don't know. When I had to check it about 4 or 5 times when I was doing it up, I was like, is he definitely gone for Fulham? And yeah, you had. I checked it.
That celebration's got to go in the bin, though, on it. It's doing my Sweden.
That's not right.
I think it's great.
How the hell did Man City pop up there?
Who knows?
Anyway, ignore that.
That was the other week,
All
wasn't
right, something's gone really wrong with the Google thing, but there we go. Andy, look at this.
Andy. Well played.
Wow.
A monumental stride from the bottom to the top in the last couple of weeks. Must be feeling a bit good about yourself. It's all this energy that Leeds is giving you, isn't it?
Yeah, we won a couple of games. That's about it. Yeah,
It was exciting.
Let's have a look at the outside. Well, Tottenham. What's going on there? Nobody had this on their bingo card, did they?
Keep on going.
Madness. Newcastle spent the night in the Champions League places, but there was no possible way that we could have stayed in them with West Ham and Villa playing the next day. Everton still out of the danger zone. Just come in. There we go. It's Bournemouth there in 19th. I didn't realise. I thought the promoted teams were all propping them up.
Andy pretending he's not being disturbed.
Hey?
Andy pretending he's not being disturbed right now on the podcast.
I wondered who it was. Right. Oh God, Kev's been busy while I've been looking away.
Go on, Kev.
What was wrong with Villa? Thought it'd be a draw. Was right. Annoying Spurs. Agree with Madison on the dart saying Newcastle have the best goal difference, but only 6. Tough school. Bournemouth a shite. Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah.
Right then, Crippy and Liam, go to war.
Well,
Tell us your different opinions on the Everton game. We'll start with Liam.
Yeah, go on.
No, we won't start with Liam. We will not start with Liam.
All right, now
We'll start with Crippy. We'll start with Crippy.
My beef was just that I thought Ashley Young should be to blame because he was on the yellow card. No issue with the yellow card, both were yellow card offences. But when he's already on the booking, he lunges himself into a tackle. He didn't need to. Just jockey the player. Don't lunge in when you risk getting sent off. He gets sent off really early in the game, and then Everton are already down to 10 men against a good Liverpool team. So I know there's a lot of the game to go, but it completely ruins the game plan, doesn't it? Because Dyche is obviously going to say, it's a derby, lads. Don't get sucked into those mind games. They're going to try and get at you, all that kind of stuff. Young falls for it, and he should know better as one of the oldest players on the pitch. He's been there and done it for nearly 20 years. So to lose your head like that and just it's ridiculous. And then some of his teammates were up in arms, like, really? It's like, yeah, really. He was stupid and has done that. So that was all I was getting at, that he'd already given Everton a mountain to climb by the time he got to that point. I know Liam's going to be annoyed with Keane and the handball and stuff, but I kind of defend that a bit because I felt, I'm not sure if it was Garner or somebody going in for the tackle, they also put their arm up trying to block the cross. And I know that Keane hasn't been great for Everton, but I felt Young should be the one to blame rather than Keane. But I'll see what Liam says about that.
Young is to blame, not the referee. That's what you put. Young is, I'm not going to repeat it, the idiot, not the bad refereeing.
Yeah.
Do you really think the refereeing didn't play a part?
Well, the Konate one, I don't deny that was definitely should have been off for that. But Young had already set the tone. But keep your end clean, isn't it? Keep your end clean. Youngie's made it way too easy for him to
Konate
get
at
sent off.
0-0. Tsimikas had 3 fouls in the first half. Didn't even get a card. Didn't even give away. It was ridiculous.
It would have made more sense to not give a foul against Konate. If you're going to give the foul against Konate, you have to book because he's in. I can't remember who he tripped, but he was in. So I don't deny that at all. It's just more so that Youngie has kind of screwed you from the off. And then it gets forgotten about because there's a lot of the game to go. So yeah, I was really angry.
Continue to pick a 39-year-old player that just doesn't have the legs for it.
But his attitude is normally on point, Youngie. He's normally got a good temperament, and he pulled off a great tackle early in the game when he had that sliding tackle against, I think it was Luis Diaz. That was world class, fantastic defending. But then, like I say, he just made dumb decisions. This again went on to cost you. So yeah, I'd be, if I was a teammate, I'd be pretty pissed at that because I feel that he just set you up for failure after getting sent off that early.
Yeah, I mean, we're not disagreeing. You don't give the referee or anyone the opportunity to send you off when you're on a yellow card. Just stupid, like you said, it is the most experienced player on the pitch. But then at the same time, it's a derby. The referee needs to be able to handle the occasion, and he didn't.
Yeah, he bottled Konate. He did.
He bottled everything. Everything. Tsimikas, if we're going off of Ashley Young, Tsimikas should have been off in the first half. Konate should have been off in the second half. Tarkowski probably could have been sent off because of, again, we're literally just going off of fouls. He's an absolute shithouse referee. I mean, Liverpool were all complaining last week or 2 weeks ago about Spurs. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, it was bad, but you could probably argue that this was probably worse than the VAR in terms of VAR was a miscommunication of, oh, wait, I thought he was onside. That's why I said check complete. This is just the referee being shit at his job and not having the bollocks to do anything.
Bad interpretation.
This is the same referee that sent off who's the Belgian player for Leeds, Andy, when Harvey Elliott broke his leg. Struijk.
Oh, yeah, Struijk for winning the ball.
Yeah, won the ball. Didn't even give a free kick, and he's 10 yards away. And then because Harvey Elliott's legs are flapping around, he's like, "Oh, probably should send him off for that."
That was that was Klopp again though, because he basically chased after the referee to scream in his face. So he was like, "I've got to send him off."
But again, this is the referee who hadn't, up until the weekend, had not shown a single card to a Liverpool player. Which, if that is true, that's absolutely ridiculous. Because that was that I seen on Sky Sports or BBC, I can't remember what it was, but unreal if that's true. How can you not book a player from a team? But then Deitch and all of our backroom staff get a yellow card for asking the question why Konate wasn't sent off. Pathetic. Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous.
It was not to be mean, but as a neutral, well, I'm not really neutral, I wouldn't have, but it was pretty funny to see that of all the people that got booked for the Konate foul, it was Deitch. not Konate. Yeah.
Absolutely pathetic. But then it just says everything about the referee. The fact that, it's bad when Klopp comes out after the game and says, yeah, it was a bad one, and then added on, but they'll get over it. Fuck off.
You didn't get over it, mate. Yeah. You rallied around it. But the officiating was pretty bad in a few games.
It's right what Crippy said, though. You're already going to be up against it, so you can't be giving the referee any chance to even trick you down the old even more. He needs to stay up to
opportunity. But then on Ashley Young's second yellow as well, he gives the foul, and then he waits 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Ironically, if you watch it, Trent's, who's playing right back, has sprinted to the opposite side of the pitch, and he's giving all this, and the referee's here. Well, hang on. I thought only the captain was supposed to talk to the referee. Tell him to fuck off and book him. It's so annoying.
One of those rules that they enforce in the first 3 games of the season.
That's done. The sentence done
ages ago. Because Gerrard sprinted the length of the pitch and was like, hang on, we need to give him a second yellow card. Then, oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot, Mr. Gerrard. Here you go, Hibbert. Absolutely despise.
It was that stat that blew my mind that they mentioned about the red cards in the Liverpool derby. 29 red cards in that fixture, more than any in the Premier League, and 20 of them have gone to Everton. How can you justify that? How can you say that's fair? Everton aren't that dirty of a team. It's not a case of like Everton go out there and think, right, Liverpool are better than us, let's just kick fuck out of them. It doesn't go down like that. There's definitely a refereeing bias.
The thing is, everyone will say, "Oh, it goes both ways in the derby." If you ask 10 Liverpool fans about decisions that have gone against them in the derby, I guarantee 8 of them will say Pickford on Van Dijk. If you ask 10 Everton fans, they'll give you 10 different answers. That's the difference. Yeah. I can tell you 10 different answers right now.
Where's Jack when you need him?
Well, didn't even watch the game. That's all I'm saying.
On the BBC gossip column, Calvert-Lewin might go to Saudi. What do you reckon of that one, Liam?
I did not know that.
Is that news to you?
Yeah, how much is he offering? I mean, I love Calvert-Lewin. He looks like he's getting back to fitness, but then you can't judge him off of the weekend. He had one chance 20 seconds in, and just that was it. Because that's all Liverpool fans are going on about. Oh, look at the stats, look at the stats. We played for 10 men against 12 for more than 60 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. What do you expect us to do? Not fucking Man City, Barcelona.
Who was on in the studio after the game? Because one of them was like really complimentary of Everton, saying it looks like they're getting it together. If it wasn't for the fact they were playing with 10 men, they could have got something out of it.
Oh, there is also one thing I need to point out as well before I forget. Rio Ferdinand, fucking wet lettuce, kept calling Ashley Young Ashley Cole. It was
Ashley Cole. It was hilarious.
Not only that though, like obviously I don't like Souness, but if that was Souness, the amount of abuse he'd be getting, it's unreal. Or anyone other than Rio Ferdinand. Do you know what I mean?
I never checked, but I bet NUSC Twitter was giving it to him because we fucking hate him.
But yeah, it was just annoying me because they even corrected him. Was like, "You mean Ashley Young?" He's like,
"Yeah," and he did it again. Because it was that time at half time, wasn't it, when he stood on the gantry doing his bit, and he said it once, and I thought, did he even notice he just did that? And then he did it again. It's like, fuck, man, how professional. Ashley Young, 38. Wonder how many more years he'll be playing.
I actually think he's 39. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, but last season.
The only positive about him getting sent off is that he will not be playing for a couple of games now.
Has there ever been a Merseyside derby that hasn't had a red card? I'm sure there's been one or two.
Same with Liverpool, Man United, always reds, and those two are fiery, aren't they? Fiery games.
Bury had more fans over the weekend at their ground.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, 900 fans it was.
Doesn't surprise me at all. When you see the clips pop up in the Saudi League on Twitter and whatever, you just think, is that a friendly or is it behind closed doors? Or
Frank's dead.
All that money, how are they getting it back if no one's watching it?
The tickets are $2 million each.
that might work. It's like Fulham's newsstand. What else have we got? Crippy, you going to join Liam in a rant about refs? Was this about Everton or?
About everything. The officiating was shocking. The multiple games in the Chelsea Arsenal game. I want to say David Coote was the ref, but I'm not sure if it was him. But obvious handball it was David Coote, right? So obvious handball went to VAR, and it's like you literally aren't giving any decisions now, aren't you? Because you're afraid of getting in trouble. Like, the standard has gone way down. It wasn't just that as well. They were given. There was an offside goal that was given offside. I think it was the Newcastle game, and then they reviewed it, and it was Newcastle. I think it was Murphy's goal.
It was the first goal, wasn't it?
Murphy's goal with Trippier.
Murphy's goal. Yeah. Again, a lino should be able to call that. That wasn't even close, really.
But that shit's scared of giving decisions because
I was nervous when it went to VAR.
But that shit's scared of giving decisions because if they get it wrong, they're going to be in the Championship the week after.
100%.
Yeah. But then they come back and just do it again anyway. So punishments.
Yeah, they were calling so many wrong on that weekend, and when they led to goals as well. Not just every day, not just in the play. It was like ones that led to goals they were calling wrong. So I was like, when Liam put that on the thing about officials, they had a shocking weekend.
Martin, things are met. Goalkeepers passing it out of the back, can't handle it. Raya, Ortega, and Sanchez clangers.
Yeah, I don't know if you both saw it.
No,
I've seen a bit on Raya. I'm not seeing Ortega or Sanchez.
Like they're in there to play out the back because they're Raya's better than Ramsdale are doing so. and yet he passes it straight to the Chelsea player. Nearly concedes from it. I think it was Palmer he gave it to. Nearly concedes. Like, I know mistakes are going to happen, but those mistakes you can't afford to happen, because when a keeper makes a mistake like that, it's a goal. So it's like, is it worth risking a goal just to play at the back? Because you don't score many in the game, do you? Same with Sanchez as well. He had a horrible game for Chelsea, and Ortega had a dodgy clearance as well that just went straight to one of their players, because they're trying to be cute with the ball all the time. And I know that for the most part it does work. Keepers are more confident, but God Almighty, it could have led to goals in all both games. You know,
I've been watching Millier for 4 years, so I know all about that.
Does he even register as a goalkeeper?
He generally just kicks out for a throw-in every time,
like Nick Pope.
Honestly, it's better than trying to be too clever with it. It really is, because you see keepers, they'll try it 5 times, and one time they'll concede from it, and it's like you just wish they hadn't. Just sometimes, don't be too smart. So I thought I'd put it in there because Ramsdale's getting so much, not grief per se, but he's obviously getting a lot of media headlines because he's sat there and pretending that he's okay when he's clearly livid and Riot's stinking up the place.
You think he'll go straight back in, won't he, the next game, you'd think?
Do you think?
I think he will. Ramsdale will go straight back in.
Well, Riot's playing now against Sevilla.
Mm.
And he's just passed the ball to a Sevilla player. No, I think Ramsdale wasn't on the team because he had a kid, hadn't he, on the weekend?
Right.
I don't know.
I swear. I don't know, unless I was dreaming it. I don't know why I was dreaming about Ramsdale, but yeah.
Anthony Gordon just had a kid.
He's what? He's had intercourse. Jesus.
He has spawned. I was surprised. I didn't even know she was pregnant.
How much did he pay it?
Rob Green's
did he not go to that glory hole in Amsterdam?
You what?
Did he not go to that glory hole in Amsterdam with his sister?
I was just about to send that there. Carl, who filled in an ear that one time, and he sent it to me at the same time. Like, what the heck is it? We'll not talk about that though. Rob Green's mistake, 2010, could have scared current goalkeepers. Possibly. I always go back to the one of Tim Flowers, but I am just...
Oh, ridiculous. Yeah, me too.
But that was like the pitch though, wasn't it? That wasn't him.
That was the bobble, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was when they used to play on furrowed fields.
That was against Liverpool as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was a fighter. Oh, Collymore,
yeah.
Collymore, yeah.
Wasn't even a powerful shot. It was practically a back pass.
Yeah.
Dinked over him. That was funny. I remember it well. This one's a weird one, Crippy. Were you feeling a bit fucking feisty when you wrote this? We need to start wanking over Gallagher and Trippier.
Yeah,
do we?
Nah, Trippier's class, man. He's probably my favourite right back right now. He's unreal against
over Ashley Young. All right.
I think Trippier is one of the best right backs in Europe at the moment, best on form. He was insane against Palace. Like, it was like watching bad example because I know he wasn't the best right back, but Gary Neville, when Gary Neville was when the treble, he was overlapping the minute Beckham got the ball. Trippier was overlapping every single time on the right hand side when Murphy had the ball. He was killing it, whipping in great balls. Oh God, he did great. And I obviously put down about Murphy too. Had a great game. It was fantastic. But Gallagher for Chelsea, God, he's a hell of a player. I liked him when he had that loan at Palace, and obviously he has been decent at Chelsea, but he was insane against Arsenal everywhere. And I'm glad that he's playing for England because now it feels like he deserves it. He kind of got in before because we didn't have many good midfielders. Obviously, Jordan Henderson's on his way out. But Gallagher looked really good against Arsenal. And I'm kind of confident that he could be a mainstay for England and deserves to be because he's got everything about him.
One of the reasons that Chelsea conceded wasn't he just sat there waiting for the ball to come to him so they go into it?
Was that the... which goal was that? Trossard one. No, I think that was Malo Gusto on the right hand side that waited. He bottled
it was definitely Gallagher. He's got blonde.
Was it Gallagher?
Oh, sorry. 100%.
I still love him.
I think the thing with Gallagher is now that he's sort of established in the first team. He's starting to like grow into himself a bit more because it was always up and down, wasn't it? I mean, Newcastle will link with him every 5 minutes because he was that unsettled. So now I think he's got his place in the team. He can make it his own, and doesn't hurt that Chelsea is starting to actually play like Chelsea.
He's benefited from Chelsea being crap as well in a way, because if they were a top 4 team last season, he probably wouldn't have made it in. Probably wouldn't have played as much as he did. But because he was a local boy, whatever, and he's the fans love him and he does work hard. You can't say his work rate is always on point, regardless of his performances. Like you say, now he's stepping into that role where he feels he's an important player in the team, and the players love him. So yeah, I thought he deserves credit. Trippier, I really like Trippier right now, and Jacob Murphy I thought was amazing.
Who's that YouTuber? James Alcott or something like that. He was talking about Trippier today and bringing up the stats from this season. 2.2 balls into the box per game. His assists and everything. He's outscoring the likes of Salah and
chance creation. He's miles ahead. He's miles ahead.
And he's a defender.
Yeah, and he was a defender that wasn't meant to be world class, was he? Before, no one thought that.
Yeah, Man City didn't think much of him.
Yeah, guy, he's fantastic.
33, and he's just absolutely killing it.
Yeah, because that's the thing. When he was at Madrid, it was like, is he done at Madrid? Yeah, Spain's a bit of an easy league for him. Is he? And he's come back in. It's like, oh no, he's fit as a fiddle. Like, he looks so fit right now.
I mean, he did have 10 months off for his gambling as well. So
he did. Imagine what Tonali's going to be like when he comes back from his 10 months off.
Newcastle and gambling, yeah.
We love it. Tony.
And fair play to Murphy as well, because Jacob Murphy was never a world beater, was he? But he's really motivated himself to stay in that Newcastle team, hasn't he? Worked his ass off to improve and stick around.
Sort of like the beginning of last season, that it was 60 minutes every game. Murphy would come on and my eyes would roll into the back of my head, thinking, what the fuck is he seeing in Murphy? And then by the end of the season, he was absolutely class. And he gets one chance in the Premier League this year and 3 goal involvement.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Okay, Kev's got a point there. Yeah, and yet Trippier gets put at left back for England. I mean, when you've got Kyle Walker and Trent Alexander-Arnold, you've got to fit them in somehow.
At least he's picked one player on form.
Yeah. Pick one player on form and put him in the wrong position.
If Trippier was the one at Man City or Liverpool, though, he'd probably get the nod, wouldn't he, above the other two, based on form. It's easier to pick on Trippier, just you got on the left, mate, you're Newcastle. Very, let's face it, he's been the best this season by a mile.
Can't believe we got him for 12 million, mate.
Same.
I'm waiting for the police to knock up St James's Park's front door and you stole Kieran Trippier. Get him back. We've done that. Oh, we were just talking about Chelsea there. Chelsea starting to turn things around. Little unbeaten run forming. Poch getting the better out of them. But it's looking all right for them. I still don't think they're going to do top 6 like.
Agreed. Yeah, I don't think so either.
There or thereabouts, so top 10.
Yeah, they're respectable again now, where they're probably not going to lose at home to Forest again. That kind of team. You think now they're going to start to turn. They lost at home to them, but so I think they're going to be. Yeah, they should have a better second half of the season.
Well, just looking at the fixtures, they've got Brentford at home next, then they've got Tottenham away, City at home, Newcastle away, Brighton at home, United away, and then
it's 2 wins in there for them.
Yeah, 14th will do them.
We spoke too soon.
I've cursed them.
That's all right. I mentioned dozen there, so when they've lost all those games, that'll be the one to get them back onto it.
The form buster, yeah.
More of midfielder. Where did that start now? It started in England, really, didn't it?
You couldn't defend.
You can't defend.
Because you can't defend. So one sensible thing that Southgate did was say, you play midfield, mate. And they just beat him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just there to hit a ball sweetly, isn't he? That's what he does. What we got? Watkins is class. He's all right, isn't he? Decent.
He He tore him apart, didn't he? Tore him a new A.
Oh, it's just sweet.
So confident now as well. Because the thing is, Watkins was always good, but his finishing was hit and miss. So, like, he would often go a couple of games without scoring. He'd miss some sitters. He looks so confident again now. And the way he took that one against West Ham on the left foot was so good. Just got his head down, made the run, a step over, bang. So we said he was even the second best striker, and he's even more so now.
Isn't that meant to be his weaker foot?
Yeah,
nearly tore off.
You see, practices. But that comes from training. He already trains on left foot, right foot, and he's always running. He's showing on with the end product. So I love seeing Watkins, and great that you signed a new deal to keep the vultures away.
Means fuck all. If the vultures want him, the vultures will get him.
We get a payday at least.
Well, yeah,
that's it. You get some money.
And now we're on to our thumbnail subject of Jesse Lingard, the biggest waste of talent in football. How can you be so fucking greedy that you can go to Saudi Arabia and they go, no, I can't afford it? How much did he ask for? Fucking hell.
This was Steven Gerrard's team, though. No, so they only had 300 people there on a weekend. So
yeah, probably thought, we would pay you what you asked for, but have you seen the gate receipts? I think we might have overspent.
Overspent on Damari Gray. Sorry.
I don't know.
Who else did they bring in? That Gerrard's team. Who else did they sign from over here?
Moussa Dembele on a free. Henderson.
Oh, Henderson's gone to that one, yeah.
Sure, there's one more, but yeah, no one special.
But just Lingard, man. How can you go from that amazing season at West Ham and then just shoot yourself in the foot? No, I want to stay at Man U. I'm good enough. You're not, though.
Really pisses me off. That's ego, isn't it? That's ego. He didn't recognise that he wasn't good enough and that he should just play lower down. He could have been a star for another team. And now his career is,
he was a star for West Ham. He could have stayed there. He'd have become a legend.
Yeah.
Banging in goals for fun for them, but it's just it winds me up. Because, obviously Newcastle were going to offer him a contract, but he's like, no, I'm going to stay at Man U and get me place.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Dick! The thing is that he's genuinely a talented player.
Yeah, and he would have on good money. He could have made close to 100 grand for someone like Newcastle or West Ham or whatever. They've got the money, let's face it. So he must have been asking for something silly at Saudi.
I cannot imagine how daft your demands have to be for a Saudi Arabian club to say you're too expensive.
Because wasn't Forest 120 grand? I swear he's at 120 grand.
He was on about over 100 grand at Forest, easy, yeah.
I bet he was triple it for Saudi. He's like, mate, no. we're dumb, but we're not that dumb.
Jordan Henderson, you can get about an hour out of him on the pitch and then you've got to wheel him off. And he's getting 700 grand a week. How much did Jesse Lingard ask for?
Bloody hell.
Fucking nuts, man. Oh, great. On to Tonali now. Fantastic. What's happening with your guy anyway, Crippy? I don't know if it's just because I'm in a Newcastle echo chamber on social media, but there just doesn't seem to be anything mentioned about Sanyo.
He's getting off the hook, I think. It's not as intense. And didn't play the gambling card or anything like that. So I think he's going to get off the hook. But Tonali is not going to be so lucky.
Every day, man, you get a different number quoted for how long he's going to be banned. Like yesterday, it was 12 months plus 6 months rehab where he was still able to play. Now it's looking like 10 months.
But yeah,
quite happy with 10 months. It's better than 3 years.
True.
But did you see Paul Merson at the weekend?
No. I know he also had a gambling problem. Yeah, he had a big problem.
Yeah, so he was obviously talking about it, saying how obvious 3 vices, like the drink, the drugs, and the gambling. The gambling was the hardest one to kick. It's the one that is still the hardest to do, which to me makes sense because, like, drinking and drugs, there's somebody else involved in that. You've got to go and buy that off somebody. Gambling, you just you can sit in your house, pick your phone up, and just go nuts. So Yeah, I can see how that one's the hardest one. But he was on about like the punishment, and it was the same. He said the same about Ivan Toney as well. These players are doing this and then moving clubs, and it's the club that they're at now that's getting punished for something they did before they came. So, like Newcastle are without the £55 million midfielder for the next 10 months because there's something he did at AC Milan. It hardly seems fair on the club, but how do you punish the player without punishing the club other than massive fines, which is then going to stop the younger generation and the people who play in the lower leagues who don't get paid that much coming forward to get help if they've got a gambling addiction because they're just going to get all the money taken away from them.
Yeah.
I don't know the answers. I'm just...
No, it makes sense, though.
It's just...
Football's not going to take responsibility for gambling, are they? They're going to pretend that, it's up to the players. They're going to control themselves when they're in bed with every betting company in the world, aren't they?
I was going to say, Newcastle put their statement out last week. I mean, it's just a couple of lines acknowledging, basically saying that Sandro Tonali's going through this investigation. We're not going to say much at this time. And then right underneath, Sportsbet, you're fun 88 MGM Casino. It's like, at least take them off the fucking statement. Like, get the IT guys in to remove that banner. Yeah. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Get 100 free spins by quoting Tonali in the checkout.
Fuck. Kez got the knives out. I believe Newcastle look they know about it, and they should sue Milan. I think they must have known something.
I mean, if they're suing anyone, you'd sue Tonali. He's the one that's done it. It's not Milan. That's what I don't get.
Or his agent.
Yeah. There's also one thing as well, obviously you can have your opinion. I keep seeing on my timeline Tonali doing his lap of honour, and everyone's like, oh, it's so sad. No, it's not.
Well,
it's not sad at all.
Got to do this. I had this argument with someone the other day.
I don't believe it.
They were being a bit
ignorant. I said it's a cop-out.
It does seem... I know what you're saying, because it does seem like it only just came to light because all of a sudden it's investigated. But sometimes it takes something like that for somebody to admit they've got a problem.
I just don't think the same attitude would be given if this was, I don't know, a Liverpool player.
Oh, it would get swept under the rug. We wouldn't hear about it.
No, I mean, like in terms of fans' perspective or United players, obviously no one likes Liverpool United. But if it was, say this was, I don't know, something you don't like, United, like Bruno Fernandes, everybody be like, oh, fuck him, I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with Tonali,
it was a polarizing
he might have an issue, fair enough. But at the same time, you said it, you get paid however much money. If you start faffing around with that, that's on you. You don't need to be gambling away with all this. You literally get one job and you're getting paid to play football.
You play 20 years and then you're out. You can do whatever the fuck you want for the next 50 years of your life. I know, but like I said,
it probably does have a problem. Like, doesn't it? Like we said, it is stupid, and if you are risking your career just to make a bet, and when you know you shouldn't be touching games you played in or your team are playing or whatever, that does suggest there's a problem there. There's a disconnect in your decision making.
If he came out and said, like, some of the games you bet on, and obviously we can then see a reaction, and be like, oh, you know, fair enough, I believe you a little bit, because I've seen the Juventus player, some of the stuff that he apparently bet on. And you see pictures of him on the bench, it's like where he was in tears, and this is why he was in tears, because he just realised he'd lost 50k or something, whatever it was. It was like, well, I mean, it's only a week's wage for you, mate. So.
Well, yeah, but now like the doctor that's like treating Tonali for his addiction has said that he used to bet to win on AC Milan, which apparently is frowned upon, but not breaking the rules, like not like totally illegal, as if he like wasn't influencing the outcome of the game, basically.
Yeah,
but he was doing it as almost like a superstition, like a habit. And he would, if he'd win, he has to spend that money straight away. Like it was a compulsion for him, just this weird addiction thing. It had nothing to do with winning or losing or feeling the high or ever. It was just a compulsion. So he's definitely got an issue. But like I said to somebody online the other day, I said, gambling addiction is definitely real and people definitely need treatment for it. and you should be a bit more understanding of it. But at the end of the day, they started it. It's not like you developed cancer. You physically started betting, and the fact that it got the better of you is tragic.
You have to be responsible because no one else can stop you from doing it.
At a certain point, you have to realise it was your fault. So, I mean,
my biggest issue is like if it was one of us, like, yeah, we have sympathy for each other, but he can fix it. He's not like he's going week to week or month to month, paycheck to paycheck. He gets paid to kick a ball around a lot of money. That's my issue. Not just him, but
my issue is as well. He's like, he's got the dream life, and
they've got support networks everywhere, haven't they? You know, but I guess that's the denial part of his addiction. I guess that he didn't feel that we clearly felt he'd probably get away with it, but it all catches up, and now he's having to face the consequences. But if he's getting the right help, and it's all, you know, he'll benefit from this. But it is silly. It's such a silly, you know. But gambling is a killer because you go to a gambling table, or whatever. You'll have 10 people do gambling. There's that one person that can't leave the table. There's one person that's going to just stay there and stay there and stay there, and they'll just stay there until they lose all their money. And you know they're the addict of it, and it's always going to affect a certain percentage of people. And footballers aren't any different. It doesn't discriminate, gambling, does it? Obviously, it's in football a lot. But people have addictive personalities, and gambling for footballers. Gamblers aren't even gambling for the money, are they? It's just that kind of the rush, the adrenaline side of it, or superstition, as you say. So I hope he does get help. But I wish football would take more responsibility for this because they can't keep on pretending that this isn't their issue now.
It took so long. I mean, it still hasn't even happened, but it's taken so long for them to get betting companies off the front of shirts. But literally the entire digital boarding all around the pitch is just betting companies. So it's like, what?
I mean,
why does
we're going to talk about
Yeah.
Leeds, who are in the Sky Bet Championship in a minute. Not a dig as well, Andy, sorry, but it's sponsored by Sky Bet.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Everything's just linked to casinos.
It's like when you watch a match on telly, every time it goes to an advert, it brings up odds for certain matches, like so and so to score next 6-1 and stuff or whatever. And then, like say, you're in the game and the boards are going round with all these betting sites everywhere. It's just plastered everywhere. They're not going to be able to get away with it unless they just stop it in the game.
Yeah, come back from a break, watch the teams come out onto the pitch, and then go back for one betting advert, and then come back again. Every time.
People are sat there on the phones at their half time, just flicking from the phones. That's what you do when you're at the match or when you're at home. Half time, you pick up your phone and you start flicking through your phone. So they're clever out there. They know what they're doing.
No, and we're all righteous here, so we all know that the aggregator site News Now doesn't allow betting sites anymore because of that. So what do betting sites do? They get interviews with players so that they can have the name of the betting company in those, and then they email it to anyone on the mailing list. So I get sent random emails from Ladbrokes or whatever to say, oh, had an interview with Andy Cole or whatever, and it's just so they can get their name in. So I might use their piece of copy, and I've got to source them. So I never use that stuff. But betting companies know they're the scum of the earth now, and they're still persisting, trying to get more people involved.
I thought News Now had banned that as well. So, but clearly they haven't.
They have.
Every day.
They're supposed to, yeah. It's supposed to not be allowed anymore to put betting sites
I mean,
on.
don't get started on News Now today, like, because I'm but yeah, the amount of times like, oh, there's a story here, and then you read through, and it's like, oh, as said to Betfred, and I can't use that now.
Yeah, it's like sponsored content, isn't it? Basically, it's just an advert.
Yeah, so it's like, how can these sites with it? And then if I did it on News Now, I'd be kicked off straight away. All right, Ked's just gone for it like he won't trust Tonali ever again. He's got in for the Italians, all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, it is corrupt as fuck over there, to be fair.
Yeah, the culture is
should be banned from football and all fronts, replacing with the energy drinks. Well, they'll come after them soon as well, because all the sugar. Global warming costs too much to power up a PC. They'll come after everything. They got rid of drink. They're getting rid of gambling, but not until it's damaged everybody.
But the problem is they need to have lucrative sponsors because obviously FFP now. Whereas before, when Barcelona didn't have a sponsor, then they had a charity. because it wasn't a big deal having to get that money in because they had a rich benefactor. Now because FFP is a massive thing, clubs have to sell every piece, almost every inch of their material, every inch of their kit to get money in. So they're going to get money no matter how dirty it is from any company they can. Well, the charities would be the perfect thing.
How far are the Premier League away from having that sponsor at the bottom of the shirt?
Yeah.
Like the one at the top.
Yeah,
They're
we've got
going
them.
to soon be decked out like an F1 driver, aren't they? They're just going to be covered.
There's going to be a collar one. There's definitely going to be a collar one, isn't there? There'll be a collar sponsor at some point that'll stand there, something like that. And then they're going to have. They've already got sleeve ones and everything. So yeah, it's out of control.
It's coming, but obviously it'll not be gambling sites for once.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got rid of tobacco from F1 and Snickers.
And alcohol as well, wasn't it? They got rid of alcohol not long ago.
Got rid of alcohol. They got rid of did football? I don't think there was. Like, not when I was thinking
They've
about.
been like banned from everything.
Didn't
TV,
advertising
TV.
No?
What was that?
Yeah.
Sorry, Liam?
Was Sunderland not sponsored by Marlboro?
Don't think so.
Can't remember.
Doesn't ring
Or
a bell.
Southampton? I swear like a red and white shirt with like a M sponsor.
That would be mad.
Don't know.
We'll have to look into that after. Andy, it's your time to shine, mate. Leeds 2-0 down, winning 3-2. That was a wankathon and a half.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, my hands are still red. Yep, still blistered. No, it's a good game. It's a good game to be fair. Thing is, even at 2-0 down, I still fancied us to get some out of the game. I really did. Normally at 2-0 down, the remote's lobbed in the hallway, the telly's gone off. But I just had a feeling we were going to get some out of the game, and yeah, they put us up to third. So obviously there's games tonight, but we've got Stoke tomorrow. So just like Crippy said in the group chat, we need to try and catch up to Leicester, don't we?
Oh, they need to chill the fuck out, don't they?
They're flying there. We've got to play them. Yeah, we've got to play Leicester. I think it's not the next game, the game after. So that could be an interesting one at the top. But yeah, there's not really much I can add on it each week because it's the first time we've won. I think it's 4 in a row we've won now. It's the first time since something like 2018 we've won 4 in a row. I know we're playing weaker opposition, but yeah, we just keep going about our business and turning teams over. It's good football.
Somerville, fucking legend.
Starboy,
Wavy.
He was great on Saturday. He just gets the ball and just runs at people. That's why people love him. I mean, we've got a decent front line, but he stands out. He just gets the ball and he just runs, and he's so fast as well. If you watch him, he's just so fast with the ball at his feet.
His acceleration is insane.
Yeah, he's nightmare for defenders. But yeah, all the front four quality, can't fault them. Even the defence has been all right, even though we've let in a couple of cheeky goals here and there. But yeah, can't fault them. To be fair, they're playing really well.
Galdalo played yet?
That one game in the cup when he let in literally every single. Yeah, when he let in every shot that went past him.
Brilliant. Obviously, Farker back against his old club as well. He must have fucking loved that.
Yeah, he got a good reception as well. Yeah, really good reception. And they was all saying on social media they wish they had him back. But
well, you can't.
No, lucky. One good thing about it as well. One good thing about it as well, when we go up, or if we do go up, sorry, getting ahead of myself there. I think they'll give him some money because I read a stat the other day that when he went up with Norwich, he only spent 5 million. That's all they give him to spend. So, I mean, you can't go to the Premiership and spend 5 million, can you, without knowing you're coming straight back down? Yeah. So hopefully, if we do go up, I think we'll give him some money to spend. I think.
Fingers crossed. If you get back up.
Gary
O'Neill, another one who got one over on his old team as well for the weekend, which was quite.
Yeah, he said it was. He said it wasn't about him, but you know for a fact he was loving that.
He told
himself to sleep.
Yeah, 100%.
Good as well because I fucking hate Bournemouth.
What's this? Pompey to get back in the second tier. Championship football is so competitive and unpredictable. It is because fucking Sunderland got big the other day and they're still in the playoff places.
Yeah.
Knocked me a bit sick when I looked at that.
And the Championship is just full of teams that have been in the Premier League. There's only like 5 teams that haven't been in the Premier League in the, since '93. It's insane.
Yeah, there's a bit crazy.
Name them. Name them, Grippy.
Can't
Try and
even
name as many as you can. Quick, go.
Oh God, I don't do this.
Name
again.
one. Name one. Name one team in the Championship that hasn't
Name one,
been in the
smart
final
ass.
one. Name me
That
one.
hasn't been in. I can't even think off the top. That hasn't been in. I can't.
I can't think who's in the
Preston.
Championship these days. Don't even
Preston North End. And they used to be Division 1 heroes. They were ballers, but before. Yeah, Bournemouth suck.
Yeah, they fucked themselves up. Like, they ran about sacking their manager already. He was the fucking second coming of Christ at the start of the season. Get out, you fucker.
I love it because in the close season when we went down, just literally Bournemouth was all over Leeds pages because we was after that Areola, the manager. They took him. Then obviously they took Adams off us, took Sinisterra off us. Now them two are both out injured again, which is just lovely to see because they both got fucking biscuit chins. And then we've took that Gordon from them, who's been probably one of our better players this season. So it's just fucking lovely. I love it. I hope they go down, liquidate.
I love your hatred for Bournemouth.
The bitterness is great.
They just try and beg a rivalry with us, and I just don't know where it's come from. Like, we don't care about you. You're irrelevant. You get 10,000 fans for fucking.
You've got to you.
We know how you feel, Andy. We know how you feel.
Right, should we have a look at what we're predicting for the weekend then? I've got the right one. Yes, I have. Palace and Spurs getting us underway on a Friday night football. All gone for a Spurs win there. No surprise, really. Chelsea, Brentford. Spicy, Liam. You've gone spicy.
Yeah. I don't know. They did all right against Arsenal, didn't they? And then last 5 minutes, just literally just threw it away.
Just fell asleep, yeah. Arsenal and Sheffield United. Crippy gone with a 2-1 there.
I'll be honest. I thought I went 3-0 with everyone else. I realised I haven't. I thought I think Arsenal might get goals in that. So I'm a coward. I'll perfectly admit that. Sheffield United. I got scared. I got scared for some reason.
Fair enough. Bournemouth, Burnley. 1-2-1-1-1. So Liam, you're the one who's gone with the Burnley win here. Thinking behind it.
Hatred of Bournemouth.
Burnley haven't got a win yet, have they? Either.
Don't think so. No, they are terrible.
They lost them.
Right. Crippy, what's going on here? Wolves and Newcastle. What's this about?
After Wolves beat Thingy 2-1, I think they're going to be harder to beat at home. So yeah, I'm not convinced Newcastle are going to storm it.
We'll just use the tired from the Champions League excuses. West Ham, Everton. Oh, we've all.
Sorry, Liam.
Go for a point there, Liam. Go for a point.
I mean, we only just got beat by that shower of shite who had 12 against 10. We got a penalty and scored in the 92nd minute.
No, that is
got no Ashley Young, so Sean Dyche can't get in the channel. And hopefully Michael Keane just won't see the daylight again.
Never thought of this. He might have a good point here.
West Ham are vulnerable, I guess. So this is probably the best time to face them, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they might be tired on Thursday as well.
Even Crippy's gone almost spicy on
little bit.
I mean, for you, but that's fucking frisky as hell. Not as frisky as Liam and me, like, but you know.
You know it's going to be a boring 1-0, don't you? Or even not 0-0. Like, the goal should flow, and then not going to
happen. Brighton and Fulham. Mixed bag here. Crippy and Andy going with a 2-1. I'm going with a 2-0. Liam again with a 2-2. Liverpool, Forest. Only Crippy not back in Forest.
Yeah.
Interesting. You usually can't stand a nil. What's going on?
No. Liam, cover your ears, but Liverpool at Anfield are normally different gravy, aren't they? They blow teams away for the most part.
Yeah.
You know for a fact that Forest are going to go 1-0 up in the first 5 minutes.
Their striker's good, to be fair. I do like him.
Who? Chris Wood?
No, I can't remember.
Do you know
I want to say Adewale.
Do you know Chris Wood's second in the all-time headed goals in the Premiership?
He is just ahead of Calvert-Lewin and behind Harry Kane.
That's it.
Because Alan Shearer and Les Ferdinand never existed.
It's a weird thing to say, because if you guess, you would just say like Crouch, wouldn't you? Or even Andy Carroll, you could get away with. It's wrong, but it makes more sense than Chris Bloody Wood. He doesn't.
Chris Wood. But then just to say it so matter-of-factly, though.
God.
This is your job, mate. Man United, Man City to round off the weekend. A couple of draws there, Liam and Crippy.
I just need to know, is Rodri back or not?
I think he is. He was suspended, wasn't he? So
I'll stick with it. That's I couldn't remember when he was back or not.
Man, you were trash.
Man, you never know what you're going to get with Man U, but you always do kind of with Man City, so I just went with the City win. Oh, it says, wow, someone thinks Luton will get a sniff at Villa. I have to agree, but I still think Luton is showing more teeth than Blades and Burnley. I think so.
Yeah, Bob on.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're not winning, but they're giving it as damn good a go as they can. Well, they won one game.
You have to say that's probably the worst Premiership bottom three you could ever imagine in it. Then
that's just right to say. Yeah, it is.
It's just so championshipy, isn't it? That bottom three.
Not to be mean.
Yeah. It wasn't inspiring, was it? When they came up, I was like, "Oh, these guys again." And
Bournemouth and Sheffield United haven't won a game yet. 9 games in, 6 defeats, 24 goals conceded for Sheffield United. Pretty bad.
That is
marvelous.
Kev's back in Man United here for the derby. I mean, if you're thinking the refs are going to be on Man U's side, then yeah, you've got a good point. Right?
Pep will have like Phil Foden playing right back, and he'll have, he'll just do something frisky in these kind of games to be clever. More, don't want to give away too much opposition. Let's be smart about it. And he does too much, and they'll do something stupid. That's why I think I went for a draw, because Man United always get up from these games. They just switch off for the ones they should win. But Johnny Evans, there's all those two rocks in the back.
Probably them two will score.
Yeah, probably.
At which end?
An absolute worldie. Oh, one goal for Maguire, definitely.
Yeah.
Just hit off his massive head and then in. I think that's it, gentlemen, unless you've got anything else you want to chuck in.
No, Michael Keane shit. That's it.
That's a good note to end on. We'll have that.
On that note.
Yeah. We will.
I will say, though, actually, I was more annoyed at Michael Keane getting subbed on at half-time than I was at Ashley Young getting sent off. That's how much I do not like him as a footballer.
The game didn't need Michael Keane.
The game did not need Michael Keane. I just don't understand how Ben Godfrey has gone from a potential England international to having COVID and just completely getting fucked to now being 4th choice centre back.
Behind
Unreal. Behind Michael Keane. Oh, honestly.
I have to say, on that game, I watched bits of it, and that Bramthwaite looks a good player.
Bramthwaite, he's dog bollocks, honest to God.
Yeah.
Harry Redknapp's put him in his team of the week, and he got beat. Says everything.
Yeah.
And one other thing as well, Mikalenko had Salah in his back pocket. He only scored when he got subbed off.
He was very quiet. Yeah, he did. Very quiet indeed. Yeah.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed. We'll end on some Everton positivity then. We'll be back next week when things will return to normal and Liam will be hating them all.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week, 8 o'clock. They think it's all over. It is now.